Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dream Detectives, the most watched, the most prestigious, the most popular show this side of the collective unconscious. I'm Emily Pineapple, Dream Detective, and I'm here joined by my colleagues, the most notorious dream criminal of all time, the person who turned me from being a pig on the dream police force, a dig, you might say, into the recovering morally dream detective that you see before you. Molly, welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Good evening, Pineapple.
Good evening.
I'm very happy to be here tonight. I'm back from shooting on location, and yes, I'm very excited to be back. I'm very excited for a sponsorship coming up. Yes, I'm the most infamous dream criminal you have ever seen, and you and I, we go way back to my days of crime. You saw a need in the community for a dream detective, independent, to see if people, these good meatbags, have been victims of dream crime. And we were an unlikely duo getting together. Notoriously, you've saved me from falling off a cliff, of which I was pushed off by my ex-partner in crime, Zalager. But our duo was not complete until we found our beautiful dream child, time child, halfway between the dream realm and the meat space.
And
two became three. That's right. The Holy Trinity.
True.
I know I'm the Son, but who's the Father and who's the Holy Spirit here?
Exactly. Well, you know, we don't talk about those guys here.
Trick question: religion isn't real in the dream realm, or it's different. We had a previous episode where you discussed religion. You can look back at the previous episode.
You got me on that one time, child. I was like,
classic time child prank.
Pranked again. You
child. Time child, of course, is translating the winds of the dream world, which are metaphors. Translating all of the gorgeous music you are hearing. So you're essentially getting a weather report from the dream world right now. Andrew, what is the weather like right
now? It is turquoise with a trace of sunset.
Oh my gosh. Beautiful.
Sounds disgusting. In the dream realm, I only like pitch darkness.
True.
I mean, to each their own, but that's
your home, because like I go into your house, it's pitch dark. I don't know if you're there or not. I bumped into so many things.
And since Emily and I joined up with Andrew the Time Child, even though we are the most famous dream detectives of all time and do have our own TV show that you all have been watching for years at this point, Andrew is actually the most well-off of all of us. I think it's because he has some marketable skills of being a musician. Now tell us, Andrew, do you have a new sponsor for this week?
Oh, I sure do. I was going to say, though, thank God I'm a musician in the dream realm, because in the human realm right now, it is not a marketable skill at all.
Well,
so thank God for that, because that would suck.
It's a good thing you came out of that coma.
Anyway, my sponsor tonight is Zathrobes. Have you ever felt like your dreams weren't cozy enough? Have you ever felt the uncomfortable chill of a dream wind rubbing you the wrong way, perhaps connected to the loss of teeth and of nails? Well, a Zathrobe smooths it all out. It takes all the sensory information and just kind of coats it with the glow of a post-shower satisfaction. So I highly recommend Zathrobes. I'm testing it tonight. I've been wearing it all week, and honestly, it's been a delight. So if you hear my tunes being even smoother than usual tonight, that's why. Zathrobes.
Smooth.
Wow. Time Child, I'm happy that you can get that third greenhouse that you'd really like. I'm happy.
It was bugging me for a while.
You deserve it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Pineapple, tell us, what is your slightly lesser sponsor than Andrew, but still very important? We love our sponsors.
Yes, very important sponsor. I know that whenever you see me, I put off this glowing energy.
It's incredible.
That brings up the room, that causes people to spontaneously achieve nirvana.
Yeah.
All of these things. So you would never know that right now, I'm not feeling too well. No.
Aww.
I'm not
You
feeling
would never
too well.
guess.
You would never ever guess. And you know why you wouldn't guess?
Tell me.
Drazel spray.
Ooh.
Drazel spray here for all of the allergens in the dream world. Drallergens, you might say.
I see.
Being carried on those winds that Andrew Time Child is gloriously giving to us. So I would like to recommend to everyone Drazel spray for your drallergies that just bring down your whole day. You know,
that sounds delightful.
You need to wrap yourself in a sweater and just take care of yourself.
Sniff it up.
Drazel spray.
Well, we all know that I'm a big fan of taking care of yourself, if you catch my drift. But I have a very good sponsor today.
Oh.
Now, I have been famous. I'm like the Kylie Jenner of the dream realm, basically. I'm known for my beautiful lips and lipstick. So much so that I've noticed, and here's the thing.
Tell it like it is.
Can I just get real for a minute?
Oh,
please get real.
Before my
Let's get real.
sponsorship.
Oh, get
before my sponsorship.
real.
I want to tell you guys that am I getting it? You guys need to stop making OnlyFans accounts, imitating my lips. Okay.
Yep.
I am a huge celebrity, yes, but I am just like everybody else. Okay, and that is my money, frankly.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're gonna do it, at least cut me in.
Yeah. You can find her on Dream Venmo.
Yeah. No. Well, you can find me at The Real Molly on OnlyFans. It's an aggregate account. But the thing is, I would have never got that way and never gotten so famous, honestly, if it wasn't for Zip Gloss.
Zip Gloss.
Zip Gloss. And of course, things in the dream realm have a Z in front of them. So you meatbags might know it as lip gloss. In the dream realm, friends, okay.
The inferior meatbag version, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And I know that, and let me just get real for a minute. Kylie.
Could everyone let Molly get real for a minute, please?
Let me get real for a minute. Okay? Kylie Jenner, stop copying me. That is my meat money, all right? And I want to go fucking to A&W to get a goddamn hot dog. But I cannot. That means you two meatbags stop imitating my OnlyFans account, or at least cut me in, okay? Thank you.
Cash rules everything around me.
Yeah. I would even go so far as to suggest that perhaps a dream crime has occurred.
Ooh.
I'm just saying that mere moments after you put out your new lines of Zip Gloss, I'll get on this fucking Kylie Jenner's bullshit. Like as if. Balm or like scammer balm, okay? Have Chris
have your mommy call me kind of, okay? Because there's a fucking lawsuit waiting for her.
Oh, Jess, that's the pun. Yes. Dreams rule everything around me. Very nice. Now that's the winning. I don't want to call the winning comment of the night that early, but I mean, everyone's going to have to try to top that, and that's going to be hard.
I'm not even fucking paying attention because I'm so
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay. Give me that money. I need my 9th hot tub, okay?
Number 9, baby.
More like number 2.
People say that money and the economy are all just ideas made up by humans in order to better organize our societies. What people don't realize is that people are ideas created by money and economies to better organize themselves.
Yeah, and we use Bitcoin in the dream realm, and that shit is not cheap, okay?
Bitcoin.
You know, I'm sorry for coming in hot. I'm sorry. Let's just. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Let's wrap.
Ooh.
Oh, I feel like you're cool. I feel like I can really open up to you.
Yeah, thanks. You can't see that I turned my chair around backwards, but I did. And so hot. I had an encounter. I had an encounter with someone that we all know.
Oh.
And I saw this person yesterday, and me and this person, you know, dream being, we go back. Okay, we go back a long way. Even before you, Pineapple. Do you know who I'm talking about here?
Oh no. No.
The D-pad.
Yes, I saw Zalagar in the flesh.
No.
It was terrible, but I will tell you.
What did you do? I can't believe you survived. Oh, why didn't you call me? I was backup for something like this. This is why we're a team.
I was driving my dream car, and my Xiphone ran out of batteries. But I will say, he's a changed person. I saw him.
What they'll say.
Well, here's the thing, is it might be a ploy, all right? I was not convinced at first. We chased each other, all right, over the rooftops in the deep space. It was very much like The Matrix. You call it The Matrix. That was just a documentary in the dream realm. But
The Wachowski sisters did not commit any dream crimes. They were here with their cameras creating a documentary.
But by the end, we were doing dream drugs and dream laughing, zapping, if you will. It was kind of like old times, and I will say...
Oh my god, look at you vibing.
We were vibing. And if
Wow,
you
he dropped the mustache. Maybe he did change.
He did. Well, he was. If you remember Zalagar last time, he was really low. His army and Hitler's army. He had overtaken Hitler's army, but Hitler's army. But they had both fought each other and lost. And the last we saw Zalagar, he was disgraced, sitting alone.
Yes.
Sorry,
onesie pajamas, okay, to try to get our sympathy.
Yeah.
He was really down, and ever since then, he has lost Hitler's castle. Ever since I robbed from the dream dice, I robbed the dream dice from his bunker, and that was kind of the last straw for him. He went through a really hard time, but he's in programs now. He's in programs, and I feel like I want to give him programs. Yeah, and by the end, we were vibing, and Time Child, I don't want to start anything here, but if you notice, the shirt that I'm wearing is from your Meat Space band, because I wanted to keep your strength with me as I went into that.
By the way, for everyone who's wondering the connection, of course, Basmati Vice, spelled with a Z, dream realm shit right there.
It's
so
true.
it was all right before our eyes the whole time. Yeah,
It's
well,
true.
I'm so glad that you're repping my Meat Space friends and I's little musical project.
Yeah, it's cute, honestly.
Really appreciate it. It looks great on you.
Thank you. Yes, but I really feel like he just had an This is interesting. Oh yes, this is the clip of Gallagher. Are we gonna?
Oh my god! You know the clip. Roll the tape, baby.
Formerly Dream Police. Do we get sound on that? No, but you got to see Zalagar. He's disgraced on his throne.
Yeah.
And
is he in the programs like my program's Ethics for Former Law Enforcement, where we start with day one ethics at all?
Well, he's going through the 69 steps.
Oh, yes, the criminal steps.
Yes. He's going through the 69 steps, and he's doing really great. And he actually expressed interest, Emily Pineapple. He wants to apologize. He wants to apologize to you, so we might have to have it. We might have to have him back on the show.
I wish you had told us before the show. I feel very taken aback, but you know what?
I didn't mean to throw you.
Peace is always an option, unlike in the real world where it's never an option.
Yeah, that's also day one of Ethics for Former Law Enforcement. And baseline ethics that humans are human, even in the dream realm, and that humans have value, and perhaps we should listen to that. So I would be willing to listen to Zalagar, but I don't know if I trust him.
This inspires a certain song to me that I think our viewers may be familiar with. Baby, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. Being so bad's got me feeling so good. I don't remember what else. Baby, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. Baby, I'm sorry. Anyway,
it feels good to laugh again.
We back, baby.
We back, baby.
Back.
Here's the thing. We have an amazing guest tonight.
Oh my god.
It's true.
Oh my gosh.
Unprecedented.
Completely unprecedented.
And Dream Dick's history.
Dream Dick's history.
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 Yes. Now, Pineapple, what can you tell us about this caller?
This caller came to us. This caller, honestly, for a Meat Space person, I met this person in Meat Space.
Okay.
I have never met a Meat Space person who was more filled with the shimmering, glowing soul of a dream person inside of them. Not since I met Andrew Timechild. So I'm so excited to speak to this person. They have a dream for us that we will be analyzing, and I want you're all going to recognize the glory of this individual. Some of you might spontaneously achieve nirvana.
Yes.
Be prepared.
I'm done rapping right now.
All right, yeah. Unwrap.
I'm rapping, de-rapping. I'm ready.
So yeah, everyone, let's be prepared to welcome our incredible guest, June. Oh, hey there, Junie.
It's like the fifth hoot I've seen today. What the hell?
June, you're on the show. June. Here, June. June.
Oh, hello.
Where the hell am I?
Live TV, baby.
Live TV on the most excellent and watched show this size.
Oh, that was now. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh,
It's truly a cube. June, but we're so happy. When are we? We cannot exactly say, but we're happy to have you regardless. And
absolutely.
Tell us a fun fact about yourself, June.
You know, You know me.
You know,
We do.
we do.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Pleasure is all ours.
Tell us about the dream that you mentioned.
Oh yeah. So I don't really remember my dreams from the last couple weeks. They just kind of come and go for me. But a couple weeks ago, something really did stick out to me. So it all began in like kind of like the middle of nowhere, kind of like farm country, I guess. I would say like maybe outside of Portland or like North Carolina or something, somewhere where there's just grass for miles. And then there was this house, like this kind of big 2-story house with like a bunch of rooms, like someone who lived on farmland would have. And I guess something was happening, and there was this duck, and let's call him Jason.
Jason.
He never said his name, but he invited me into his home, which was a really nice home, by the way.
Was it
What
the
kind of
human
home
house? Oh, sorry. Go on, Xander.
I was going to say the same question. What kind of house is this Jason the duck friend living in?
Have you ever been out to like farm country or like somewhere where people just have like a lot of land for some reason and like a lot of acres? One of those big houses, with just like a bunch of rooms and just a bunch of land, I guess. And anyway, so Jason the duck invites me in, and he's showing me around the house, and something's a little eerie about the house. Like, you know how you take a picture with like an old camera, and like there's like a lot of shadow. Like you take a picture of a room and it's just very dark and shadowy because of the flash. That's what it looked like. Just something was off, and
Interesting.
he was just like taking me around these rooms. Like, this is the dining room, and then this is the rumpus room, and this is the living room, and then there was like a big screen TV with like an N64, and he's like, "Would you like to play a game?" And I was like, "Okay." And then we were playing a game, but there was like nothing on the screen.
Oh Lord.
But I was like engaged and having fun to nothing. And then he was like, "It's time to go. We have to go to the hospital. You have to go." And I was like, "Why?" He just like, just get in the car. We have to go. And suddenly day turned to night, and we're driving into like town or something. And then suddenly, I don't know if it was like gravity or if it was like the magnetic force of the world, but it everything just like turned way up, and like suddenly, and I felt it in my sleep too, like I physically felt this to where like
Powerful stuff.
I don't know if I had like metal in my pockets or if it was gravity, but something was like pulling me, like and pulling everything. Like cars were just like swerving and stuff. And then we finally get to the hospital, but it takes forever for me to get out of the car because like I'm just so weighed down and like stuck magnetically to things, and it's pissing me off. And so I'm like walking into the hospital, and like I'm literally like against the wall and just like dragging myself like along the wall. Like I'm holding onto the guardrail, just like using all my strength. And then everybody's just like looking at me like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I get into the hospital and I pull out my phone, and it's this big. And I can't look at it because it's fucking tiny. And I'm like, "This sucks. I need a new phone." So I go to the Coke machine, and then I press the button, and I get an even tinier phone. But the good news about this was that it also came with the free Coke, so I guess that's the consolation right there.
Or Zoke in the Dream Realm, of course. But go on.
Yes, of course.
So anyway, we get back in the car. Jason is now my brother.
Okay.
And we're driving around, and we drive around in circles, and he's like, oh, fuck, I forgot something in the parking structure. So we go back to the parking structure, and whatever's going on with the magnetic force of the world is still happening.
Mhm.
Oh, God. So I and then I don't know what we need to get. And we get out of the car, and then suddenly there's a fucking cop. And this cop like is flashing my light at me. His light at me. He's like, what's going on there? And I was like, what? It's like, what you doing? And I'm just like, I'm just getting out of the car, dude. And then there's like 3 more cop cars showing up, and they all get out and they shine the lights at me, and they're like, are you okay? What's going on? You want to tell us what's going on? And I'm like, I don't know what's going on, man. And suddenly a spam masubi drops out of my pocket, and the rice just gets everywhere. And then I'm like paralyzed by fear. The gravity of the world is fucked.
Oh God.
Because for some reason it pulled the spam masubi out of my fucking pocket onto the goddamn ground. And
Classic gravity. God damn it.
And there was just fucking rice and spam everywhere. And then that freaked the cops out, and they all pulled their guns out. And I was like, hold on. And I dig into the masubi, and then there was this key. And then I look up, and the cops were coming to arrest me, and then I woke up.
Wow.
Oh, thank you for sharing that with us. First of all, Kyle has a point, and that the official sponsor of the show is Drepsy. Please drink Drepsy. Coke, no thank you. Drepsy, yes. So June, back to your dream.
Mm-hmm.
I had a question right off the bat. Was the house in the beginning a house that you recognized? Was anything in the house that you recognized?
It maybe.
Okay. Did it seem familiar?
It felt like, you know, like those pictures you see on the internet, where I don't know, it was kind of like a meme like a couple months ago. It's like you've never seen these. These are random generated images, but I took them from the back of your mind, and they feel like oddly nostalgic, and like I kind of remember this is jogging some memories of my childhood from the late '90s or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
Kind of way.
in a way, it did kind of feel familiar in a nostalgic sense. It felt like I was in 1998 at like a birthday party. There it is. There's the
There's
Pepsi.
Drepsy.
Oh God.
Flavor.
Thank you, producer.
Bigger bottle. It's a bigger bottle.
It's just bigger. It's bigger.
Now,
Better flavor.
It's better.
Now, Pineapple, I'm interested in hearing what you have to say. I have some ideas right off the bat, but I want to hear from the professional first.
Absolutely. And do not discount your own professionalism. You do have 4 degrees.
Yeah, but you have 5, so...
I know, but like 3 of them are in law enforcement things, so I did have to do them.
I have like
Okay.
7 degrees.
Nice.
Nice.
Wait. Sorry. 7.
What
What
do
I
you think, Pineapple?
pulling from your dream is a movement from a place that is comfortable into places where you are under suspicion, where you are being watched for some reason. So like a hospital, for example, it's a place that you were trying to get to. You were sort of weighed down, but you're being looked at. Everyone's like, what's wrong with this person? And anyone who has had the misfortune of being in an emergency room
Oh yeah.
experience
Big time.
that feeling, where it's like, oh cool, no one gives a shit about me but this is the only place that I can be. Same with police, same with that feeling. It's like, these people are supposed to help me, these people are supposed to be doing the right thing, helping me out of a situation, but we all know that they are absolutely the most dangerous thing.
Oh yeah.
And the most troubling. What I see in your dream is mostly that you have a feeling like you are being dragged from a place where you feel safe and comfortable, where you feel like you can explore, where there's interesting things like a rumpus room. And it's a little
Whatever that is.
Yeah, it's a little Willy Wonka-ish. And for some reason you feel like you are being taken from those situations.
That's a very valid perspective, Pineapple. I was building on that, thinking about your friend the duck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your friends are a little bit unusual. It could be representative too if animals have a significant.
The important detail though was that he was once a duck, but when I said that he was my brother, like he was my actual. He is no longer a duck. He was back in human form, and he turned
Recognize that it was
That's
still.
the fucker.
There he is.
That's
There he
the
is.
fucker.
I'll recognize that smile among a million.
Well, I thought that was interesting too because houses
Very handsome.
houses in your dreams generally represent your childhood. So you were
Right.
going back into your childhood, into all these fun places too, all these interesting places with your friend.
The odd thing now that we're jogging my memory here is that these rooms that I went in, especially the details of like the old big screen TVs from the late 90s, early 2000s, the N64. For some reason, it was kind of like a birthday party, but like nobody was there. It felt like something from my childhood, like when I was like 4 or 5, and like going to like my friends' houses down the streets and like seeing their rooms and seeing their house, and then like kind of feeling jealous because it felt like it was like kind of like mine or better than mine.
When you were a child, were you close with your brother?
No, we did not get along.
So you might just be envisioning these spaces with him because he was always there with you.
But he was always there. Like we didn't get along, but like we hung out like all the time. Like,
and that,
but it was just like we're like butting heads like every day.
Yeah, and that actually makes me think, because you mentioned that you went into the house during the day and then your duck brother said that you needed to leave. So that's kind of like, to me, is it your older brother or younger brother?
My older brother.
For me, older siblings are always like, you know, you need to grow up, stop being a baby. And so that kind of leads you to a hospital, which is a place where you're supposed to have help and have people help you. But on the journey, it turns to night. So you might have kind of two sides to your life. You know, one that you kind of might keep to yourself or keep from, you know, other people, if it's self-preservation or whatever. Because then in the nighttime is kind of when it's your time and you're trying to help yourself and progress yourself as a person. Right. And help yourself, but it feels like maybe you have a lot of obstacles in your way, either by your own self or with other people, and people who can maybe see that you're struggling and refuse to help you, like the workers in the hospital. And then on the way, oh, sorry, go on, Pineapple.
Oh, just or law enforcement, sort of thinking to situations in which a person has called for help and then law enforcement does the opposite thereof. It's rather prevalent, the story in the meat space, and
Very
so
common story. Yep.
Yeah, and that's,
which has actually happened to me on a couple of occasions. So.
And that's kind of what I was reading as well, because when you went back into the car to go back home, the duck, you know, the person who's supposed to be your friend, transformed into your actual brother. Now, have you mended the relationship with your brother, or is it better or worse? You don't have to give any details if you don't want to.
Not gonna go into like full details. So when I got out of the Navy, let's see, in 2016, and I moved to Oregon, to Portland with my brother, and we lived together for about 2 years. But even then, as siblings, we still kind of butted heads. And around 2018, I moved out, and he moved away. And we didn't really like talk a lot until kind of recently when he told me that he's having his first kid.
Oh.
He told me that back in March.
Wow.
So I guess we're kind of rebuilding something there.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah.
Very interesting that your brother's kind of back in this sort of starting a family.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
I didn't
might
think
be-
it ever happened. It was crazy.
Yeah. So it might be have you thinking a little bit about your past and your childhood in relationship to what this child's life is going to be like.
Yeah.
And perhaps even thinking about your story and the stories of dangerous things. When I think of children, especially like family starting, you're thinking about protection. You want to protect them from the things that one struggled with with one's own life. And as an aunt, it makes sense that you would be thinking through who is going to be there to help this child. Is it going to be my brother, or is he a duck?
I think it would be preferable if he was a duck.
Yeah. Have a duck
context.
Is
Mallard life,
There he
baby.
is.
There he is.
Mallard life.
Mallard, I barely know her.
Boo.
Listen, I'm very sophisticated sense of humor time child. I don't expect to get
It's a little above my pay grade.
it's Oscar Wilde level. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of dream crime, now I don't want to say the P word, which is pigs, but I feel like, it's a really unsafe climate in meat space, and I think that the chief of police might be trying to invade people's dreams, innocent people, to detain them.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that we should burn down the precinct.
Yes.
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 It worked.
Yeah.
Once.
When I was in
And it'll work again.
the reason I left the SFPD, where I was the chief of police for 15 years, which is why I am now in ethics for former law enforcement. I left because they were not taking dream crimes seriously, and I always feared that one day they would take the technology that I developed to help solve dream crimes and perhaps use it for evil, as they are wont to do.
Now, we know that being gay and doing crimes is your best preventative. That's number one, tied for first, preventative against dream crime. But this is a real who watches the cop situation.
Yeah.
Who polices the police? I think it's got to be us three.
Unfortunately, I knew this day would come when I walked away from the SFPD, knowing that I had only made things worse.
Despite your best intentions.
Despite my best intentions, the system creates pigs, and I was one of them.
That's right.
It's so true, but you have changed your ways. And can I just...
I was able to choose to not be in law enforcement because that's a choice that humans can very easily make.
That's right.
Unfortunately, unlike being gay. But
now,
gay goes a long way.
A little gay goes a long way. If you haven't tried being gay yet, I'm talking to the general public.
Yeah.
You gotta try it.
You gotta try it. It's great.
You gotta do it.
It's amazing.
Try it out. I'm taking
Get yourself one of those Hitachi magic wands or whatever.
Yes.
It'll
June,
be our sponsor for next week.
do you feel able to be gay? Is that something
Me?
that you've explored, or
Are you asking a lesbian trans woman if I am gay?
Like asking a cow
we
if it's hard.
technically don't know that.
technically do not know that, but
For the viewers at home,
for the viewers at home, that is triple armor right there.
yes.
Not only are you gay, you are trans, and being trans essentially gives you superpowers, especially in
It's
the
true.
And
you are like Neo in the Matrix.
It's true because if you haven't heard, the Matrix is now confirmed by the Wachowski sisters that yes, it is a trans story.
It absolutely is. So take that red pill, boys.
Hey.
something. Now,
Red pill and realize you are gay.
since June, you are arguably a triple threat here, and yet you're still being haunted by piss, or that's what you
Less
said.
of a triple threat, more of a triple X State of the Union kind of situation.
Yes,
Yes.
That's exactly what I meant. But between you and I, I'm developing a little something as a dream criminal. Now,
Go on.
I hesitate to share this. Now, some of you might recognize this as the dream dice box. But
Is there ketamine in that box?
No.
June, I'm so sorry I cannot fax you ketamine tonight. Okay, I said tomorrow, and we're
Off
just
the
going
air,
to-
guys. Off the air.
Okay, well,
Well, it's
here's
legal
the-
on the stream realm, but
I have found.
We're not idiots.
No. And actually, people think that this is just a dice box, everybody. It's actually a magic-proof box. So the things inside the box cannot expose their magic unless I say so. And I have stolen this technology, but I'm developing it. This is the core. This is the core of the technology, actually.
Even
wow.
Yes,
Beautiful.
it's very beautiful, but very deadly, okay?
So this is the power of PlayStation 5.
This is the power of PlayStation 5. Also, it is the power of I'm developing for anti-fascist reasons.
yes,
Okay, so it is
Yeah.
the most simple of reasons.
it is yes, it's actually kind of like a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids scenario, but it only works on cops. So normally cops are between, they're all different varying heights. But if you'll notice here,
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. That's a popcorn classic right there.
it's true. They turn into 3-inch little beings. And that's when you and me, Emily, and Time Child to a lesser extent, because you're very
We bore them.
gentle. You're gentle.
I am gentle.
That works too.
Um,
I was thinking vor though, but yeah, stomping on them works too.
Okay, but if you want to eat them or shove them up your butt,
Yeah.
Yes.
then
Boof
that
them! We're gonna boof the cops!
then
Gotta-
do it.
Honey, I moved the cops. Coming soon.
We have to boof the cops because that's max gay right there.
Oh,
Yes, that
Oh,
is
God.
actually the movie I was working on. That's what gave me the idea.
Honey, I
Honey,
boofed
I
the
Boofed
cops.
the Cops.
Yeah, boost them up.
As you'll notice, I was on location. The episode where I was promoting Dream cigarettes.
True.
Dream cigarettes is so fucking great.
But I think that June, I have your cell phone number, literally.
What? Who gave that to you?
You did, darling, and I will call
Oh,
you.
yeah.
And I will, as soon as the police come, but please text me, and I will come running right away with
You used to call me on a cell phone. Late night when I need your booth. Call me on my cell phone.
It's much better than the Drake version, because we hate Drake.
Yes, we do.
Them too.
We do.
But we love Degrassi.
We
Those
do.
paradoxes
Am I right here?
still exist.
Jimmy for life. But here's the thing, is that June, do you feel safer?
I feel much safer.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Now that I know that I'm protected by the core power of the PlayStation 5, releasing this holiday in major retailers everywhere across the world, I feel much safer that no cop is ever going to get me in my dreams.
I'm so relieved. I'm speaking on behalf of all of us, saying that I'm very relieved.
Yes.
We are very relieved for you. And the good news is, June, is that we actually have a rune reading for you.
Oh,
Pineapple, did you draw the runes while June was speaking?
That I did. I
Ah.
actually drew 2 sets of runes because I
Oh.
felt like there were the 2 parts of your dreams. Like
Mhm.
Molly was saying, there was this daytime and evening.
Mhm.
Interjection really quick. Someone in the audience asked if this was a satanic drape behind me. It absolutely fucking is. I do like to live deliciously, so
Gorgeous.
just wanted to throw that out there.
Oh, yeah,
Hail
baby.
Satan Drake.
Yeah.
That will also help protect you from
Yes.
this time. Satan is good for that.
Yep, Satan's number 3. Be gay, do crimes, hail Satan.
Yeah. So the first set of runes that I pulled for you, the first one was Fehu. This is possessions won or earned. It represented domestic cattle and wealth, but ultimately it's a sign of hope and plenty, financial strength, but also creation and destruction, becoming. And that was really interesting to me because the next rune that I pulled was Uruz, which actually comes right after Fehu in its attack, in its section of 8 runes. And that represents energy, action, and courage, but is also a doorway. It also represents a coming of age, almost, a moment of transformation. Much like that moment when you no longer have to use diapers, as Molly is sharing with us.
Yes.
And the final rune of that attack that I pulled was Ingas. And this is Ing, the earth god. This is a time when all loose strings are tied and you're free to move in a new direction. Listen to yourself. And what this 3 rune pull said to me was that you are in a time where you are becoming. You are going or have gone through a doorway into becoming yourself, a time when all of your loose strings are tied up and you can move forward into a new direction. The next 3 that I pulled, the first one was Perthro, which I love because you did share with us that you are a trans lesbian. It represents the vagina.
Yes.
Feminine mysteries.
I got my fucking oh shit. I got my appointment tomorrow to get my letters for my vaginoplasty. So
Yes.
God is real.
Speak.
Suck it, Satan.
So are ghosts.
Wait a minute. That was backwards.
Thank you, Satan. Fuck you, God.
Thank you, Satan. Fuck you, God.
It's a vagina, and it also represents knowledge of one's destiny.
So it's a smart vagina.
Yes, it is determining your future and path, which is lovely because it's not only a vagina, but it's you recognizing your future being the person who you are. And everyone has to fucking deal with it.
All right.
The next rune that I pulled was now these. This represents delays and restriction, but also innovation and self-reliance. It is the kind of restriction that leads to learning how to depend on yourself, developing your power of will to overcome resistance. It is endurance. It is survival and determination. It's a time to exercise patience, but it's also major self-initiated change. and a time to face your fears, which feels like something that you have already achieved, that you are in the process of achieving. You are becoming yourself. There are horrifying delays because the meat space is backwards in all sorts of ways.
Lots of ways.
Too much meat here.
Too much meat there. There's too much fucking meat, and they won't let you.
We have too much salami. We need the gabagool. What's going on here?
Exactly. My bologna
Come on here.
The final rune that I pulled for this second Atat, which can represent sort of the second part of your life, this sort of dark side of your life where your needs aren't being met.
Okay.
Is or where the outside forces are not recognizing your needs. It's Thorisos, Thors, Thorn, and Thor, the god themselves. This is a directed force of destruction and defense, conflict, instinctual will, and a regenerative catalyst. This is a conflict that is a catalyst to change, a catharsis, a purging and cleansing fire. I felt like this second set really spoke to me about your becoming of yourself, about the restrictive powers that you have the power to overcome.
Oh no, Molly's on Tinder again. Zinder.
I don't have to swipe. They all come to me, baby.
That just means she just does the super like on everybody.
And I'm rich as fuck.
True.
I just want to get laid.
True. Both of those things are true. But I think what I see in this is that I would almost put them as these two different sides of your life, that where there is restriction, there is your catalyst to change. And where is your personal catalyst, your inner strength, regenerative powers, this regenerative catalyst, is where there is this abundance and this creation and destruction, this wonderful doorway that you are entering, that you are creating yourself, your own ceremony of being, which meat space culture, at least in America where I was, does not have. And a time when you are free to move into a new direction. Does this resonate with you?
Heavily. Like, goddamn. Like,
The runes know what the fuck they're saying. It's pretty wild.
Woo! Yeah.
No.
Emily, pineapple is the real deal. Now, I'm so happy that your runes stuck with you, and honestly, they do all the time, because Emily Pineapple is the best rune reader in both meat space and
in all 420 goddamn dimensions.
Yeah, in all 420 dimensions. And that's why we have the TV show, okay? That's why not just anyone. I know we make it look really easy, okay? But it is not. It is not.
You don't get this for nothing, folks.
It's not easy. So I'm happy that it resonated. It's really rare. Now I have here dream dice.
That was some intense ASMR right there.
Now the dream dice are predictors of the success of your future.
Okay.
So what? It's not easy reading dreams. That's true.
Not
Now-
easy to read.
Now the dream dice are the best predictor of your future year. So how this works is you get to ask a specific question about your future, and the dream dice will determine how successful that thing will be. But I must warn you, you've heard of the monkey paw, where that might have unintended consequences.
Yeah, that's right. I've seen The Simpsons.
Thank you. I just want you to keep The Simpsons in mind as you ask your question.
I want a turkey sandwich. No, I'm kidding. The turkey's a little dry. My God.
Amazing.
Anyway, back to this.
Now,
Sorry.
we're
No.
definitely going
Don't
to
ever
hear.
apologize.
We're
Sorry.
definitely going to hear from Macaroning's lawyers, but I do want to know what your question is.
My question.
Mhm.
The dream dice will answer it.
The dream dice will answer. Well, it'll determine how successful you will be. So it can be like something as simple as, how will my next trip to the hospital go? Or, whose house is this? And why am I here? Will I ever be able to leave?
Or will Andy pick me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna go with the will Andy pick me. I'm not joining the Navy, Tiger. Anyway. So yes, there is this looming thing over my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Henry.
Especially with the degree that I'm pursuing,
Yes.
and wanting to pursue my dreams and finally make a name for myself, succeed in a career of music and music production and composition. So what I would like to ask the Dream Dice is that with pursuing my bachelor's, will there be stability in my life doing what I love, which is music?
That is such a good question. Now, the Dream Dice, of course, are fortune tellers of their own. I have stolen them from other dream criminals.
It enhances their power.
It enhances their power, yes. So the dream criminals originally stole them from their places, and now there's no left in the wild. They're all in possession of dream criminals or extreme criminals. Okay, it's all right if you steal from other criminals.
That's true.
That's why doing crimes is
Yeah.
a way to protect yourself.
You know
Right.
Dexter? You know Dexter?
Mhm.
I met his brother, Dexter. He thinks the same thing.
What about his cousin Lexter?
Dexter sucks.
Oh yeah, I hate that dude.
June, you know he's my plug, okay? I can't talk about him on live television. Let's see. Ouch.
Molly?
June,
What's that face?
well, you have rolled all nat 20s, and now I've never seen this in all my
all what?
time.
Really?
All nat 20s, yes.
What does that mean?
Natural 20s.
Yeah, that means that
That's the highest
you,
you can get.
that's the highest you can get. Now, to us fucking nerds in the audience, we know that you can't get better than a nat 20, let alone 9 nat 20s. So, June, I would have to say to you that you are going to have great success and great stability in your future endeavors.
Hell yeah, I'm maxing out all my credit cards tonight.
Well, you know,
Self-regenerative change.
I think that now would be a good time to let us know, let the people of the audience know that Dream Detectives, you know, we don't have any legal advice. We cannot tell you 100%. At least that's what my lawyer says, Zal. So I wish you luck in your future endeavors. Now, this is the end of our show. And June, do you have anything else to say to us
I
tonight?
gotta say that this was one hell of a DMT trip. Thank you all.
You're welcome.
Thank you so
Welcome.
much for being here. And thank you
This
to
is
our
great.
audience for being as wonderful as it always is.
Mhm.
Supportive.
Your dear
Keep
audience.
that. Yes, keep the fan art coming. We're having a competition, okay? Don't forget to vote for us on the Dreamies. We will coming up soon.
We are in the running for 9 out of the 9 dreamies. But every vote counts.
That's right.
Remember, a little gay goes a long way. And this time, it's personal. Good night.